Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Jasmine Thing. So recently I've gotten yet into another dip of my life, like just how I started this channel in the first place. I've been feeling a lot of time feeling miserable and also a lot of resentment towards people around me. Although I've been trying consciously to make things better, by going out more, meeting more people, to distract myself, forcing myself to think more positively, and also like plain old just trying harder. But I always know when there's something wrong with myself. And I know that there was something wrong with myself, it's just that I don't know to what extent that was. I don't know whether you can relate, but just the feeling of things slowly crumbling apart. And I've also recently just gotten out of my relationship, so I have nowhere to channel all my neediness to. And being a big girl, I know that I couldn't expect my friends to fill in that spot of giving me all the attention that I received while being in a relationship. So I was looking for substitute after substitute. I turned to dating, and when I realized that I couldn't date casually without getting my heart broken, I turned to my friends as my support system, and that did not go as planned as well. I was really bitter and really hurt for a while because everyone seems to be too busy to notice that I was being very vulnerable, and I was like sending help signal left and right. That I really needed that company. Like, not just for 1 hour, not just because when I was feeling that emotion at that time I needed to rent it out, not for one day, but actually being there for me. And because I really didn't have the strength to be there for myself at that moment, very quickly I grew resentment towards them because they said that they would be there for me when I actually needed them, they weren't there. So being very vulnerable and feeling that suddenly all my friends are like they are not fulfilling what they said, my defense mechanism just kicked in, and I just shut everyone off, and I just close up, and I just keep everything to myself. And honestly, I thought that I was fine. That one day I will find that good friend that I was having in mind, and until then I will just toughen up, and then I will be okay on my own. Until recently we went to our company trip, we gotten drunk, and so the conversation that I was having with a friend suddenly triggered this pain inside me, and I just couldn't stop crying. So when the next day one of my colleagues that saw what happened, she came and talked to me, and she is one of the most selfless person that I know. She sat down with me, she asked me what happened, and we just spent the next 1 or 2 hours just talking things out. She just let me cry out for the next 2 hours or so. While there is still so much to settle with my issue and I'm working on them right now, there's few things that she said that really makes me reevaluate my situation. Firstly, she suggested that I change the way that I speak to others, that maybe I wouldn't be so hurt if I just first and foremost just express my intention with them when I speak to them, or maybe I just make it known what is my expectation of them in the beginning of the situation. And though that was a really hard pill to swallow, because when you're so caught up with all your feelings, you just want people to accommodate what you wanted. But there is a point that I need to take from this. I don't know whether it's just me or everyone does this to a certain extent, but I tend to expect people to mesh out to my standards unknowingly. And sometimes it's not fair at all. In this case, I've always, expected people to catch my non-verbal cue for help that I send out, just as how I usually catch other people sending out to me. Which brings to the second point that she pointed out, which is not everyone is good at catching non-verbal cues or emotion in general. That sometimes the best thing that you can do is just to spell it out, even though your ego doesn't feel like doing that. Which I understand all along. It's just that when I was in the situation, I didn't realize that I did not allow people that I've already, categorized them as someone that can catch non-verbal cue well, to make mistake, to miss the cue that I've been sending out. And that's just basically how I treat myself, that I don't allow myself to make mistake, and that's the standards that I put other people to. You see how that first one came back in? Yeah, so that's my part to work on. And lastly, while we were having this conversation, she told me that it isn't their fault nor is it my fault that people don't understand me. And while this is all happening, it gives me a revelation of what's happening, that I've been putting way too much emphasis on how others should help me when I'm down, or catch the cue that I've been sending out that I needed help from them. And generally just putting way too much focus on myself, that I forget to be kind to the people around me. that there is a very big chance that people didn't know that I need help, or there is a big chance that people know that I need help but didn't know how to help me, or they are just helping me in the only way that they know how, even though that is not something that I needed. And that shouldn't discredit them as they don't care. So once I started thinking things in a much kinder way, I started feeling less resentment towards the people around me, that they are trying as well. And sometimes people are kind and well-intended even though it didn't come out the way that you wanted it to be. And that definitely does not give me the right to be an entitled ass. So here I would like to apologize to all the friends I've been such an awful person to, and I am trying to be better right now. So my journey to find out what is wrong with me continues, but if the next time you find yourself being angry at the world or people around you, maybe what you need to do is take a step back, put on your kindness glasses and see that everyone is trying just like you are. So before you go, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so at the red button here. I don't know which side, but I'm just guessing it's here. I don't need to teach you guys how to subscribe to the channel. And if you guys wanted to, please give a thumbs up to this video as well. If you guys are interested to follow my Instagram, it will be @ajasminething, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!